Okay, so this is the last video. This video will be talking about present perfect and the present perfect progressive. Okay, so let's begin. Present perfect. Okay, why do we use this? There are two reasons why we use this. Let me give you an example first. Anne has lived here since 1976. Anne has sat here for 5 hours. Wow, 5 hours. Anne has, or let me teach the students have studied here since last semester. So basically, all of these are actions that started in the past and is still happening now, meaning this action is not finished. Okay, so it has a connection to the past. So look at the first sentence. Anne has lived here since 1976. So when did she start living here? 1976 until now. Look at the next question. For 5 hours. Okay, so Anne has sat here. When did the sitting start? 5 hours ago. So it has connection to the past up to the present. Okay, the students have studied here since last semester. When did this start? Last semester, and they are still studying now. So it is not finished. Okay, so the first reason why we use the present perfect is when the action is not finished. Okay, let me give you another example or a few more examples. Okay, Anne has already seen the movie Titanic. Peter has read that book. The students have taken level 3 already. Okay, now that already can be here or here. The students have already taken level 3. So you can move already around a little bit. Okay? So here you can see that I put already there, and then here I put it at the end. Okay. Alrighty, so here the action is it finished or not finished? The action is finished. Anne has already seen the movie Titanic. Okay, so action is finished. Hey, but wait a minute. I thought simple past was also an action that was finished. Sure, the action is finished in both simple past and present perfect. But what's the difference? In the simple past, you need a specific time. Yesterday, 2 days ago, last Christmas, on my birthday. You need a time indicator. But when you use the present perfect, time is not mentioned. The reason? It's not important, or we don't know the time. So the main focus is the action. So in the first sentence, seeing Titanic is more important than time. Peter has read that book. Has read is the action, and the action is more important than the time. We don't care about the time, or we don't know when this happened. So either way, we use the present perfect. Students have taken level 3 already. So have taken, the action is important, not when it finished. It's the action that we focus. So that is why we use the present perfect, okay? Okay, so there are just 2 reasons why we use the present perfect: action that started in the past and is still happening. So it's not finished, and the other one is finished. Okay, so let's make some questions. Yes, no questions. Has Anne seen Titanic yet? Have the students taken their test already? So watch out for yet, already. Often when I see this on an examination, I know that it's some kind of a perfect tense. So in this case, it's the present perfect tense. Okay, good. So be careful, has and have depends on the subject. Because of Anne, it's has. Because of the students, it's have, right? Some WH questions using the present perfect. What have you eaten for lunch? Where have you gone? Who have you spoken to recently? So some examples of present perfect with the in the WH question. Okay, so next I want to talk about the present perfect progressive. Okay, so in the present perfect progressive, let's see, why do we use this? Let's make an example. Anne has been teaching ESL since since 1994. And the students have been sitting for 1 hour. The students have been sitting for 1 hour. Peter has been, let's see, Peter has been studying since 3 p.m. Okay, so has been teaching, have been sitting, has been studying. This is the present perfect progressive. Now the question is, are these actions finished or not finished? Anne has been teaching ESL since 1994. So we know when it started. Teaching started in 1994. Now it's 2020. Is Anne still teaching? Yes, so this is not finished. Okay, we don't know when Anne's going to retire, so it's not finished, but we know that it started in the past in 1994, and it's been continuing, a long action. That's why we use a progressive. And tomorrow, next month, we don't know when this will end. So we use the present perfect progressive to talk about an action that took place in the past, but is still happening now. Okay? The students have been sitting for 1 hour. So we've been in class for about 1 hour. Are you still in class? Are you still sitting? Yes, we are all still sitting. So we don't know what time this is going to end, but we're still doing this action now. Okay, so not finished. Peter has been studying since 3 p.m. He's still studying now. He's not finished. Okay, so be careful to when we use the present perfect progressive. We do need to start the action in the past, but it has to still be happening now. Again, watch out for non-action verbs. So these are verbs that we cannot use in the ing form. We have to use, if it's an ing, if you use a non-action verb, you need to use the present perfect, not the present perfect progressive. Okay. Some questions. Has Anne been teaching since 1994? Right. So this is the yes/no question. With the present perfect progressive. Have the students been studying since 7 p.m.? Yes, you're still studying, right? So these are some yes/no questions. Now some WH questions in the present perfect progressive. What has Anne been doing? Where has Anne been teaching? Who has Anne been talking to recently? Let's see what else. How have the students been doing in class? Some examples of WH question. Okay, so be careful. There are two reasons why we use the present perfect. The first reason is that the action is not finished, but it started in the past and connected to the present. And action is finished when we don't use since or for, we can use the present perfect, and that usually means the action is finished. And the present perfect progressive is not finished. Always it's not finished. There's no other choice. It's just not finished. Okay, so that's pretty easy to remember. All right. So I hope you've been taking some good notes and practice. This is a quick review of the verb tenses. All right, so I did give you an assignment to take notes, and I hope that you downloaded and printed that out. So I will end the video here, and if you have questions, feel free to ask me during our virtual class meeting, or you can email me. Okay, so thank you for watching.